अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाह।
क्या हाल चाल है भाई, खैरियत से हैं?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आप ठीक हो?
अल्लाह ताला का बड़ा एहसान है। थैंक यू सर।
I speak in English, is that okay?
या गो अहेड प्लीज, थैंक यू।
Feel free to answer in Urdu. I understand
ओके,
Urdu. Just I'll make mistakes if I speak in English.
ऑलराइट, नो
Uh,
प्रॉब्लम।
I just had a few questions.
या
My first question is regarding the Quran. So obviously we've seen you debate with the Mukhalifin many
या
times,
या
and I've learned their beliefs in terms of Quran really well
mhm,
because it's been repeated so much in the debates.
या
But I think I could say this about everyone else as well, that I think some of the Shias are slightly confused about the Quran right now. So
mhm.
I just wanted to correct what my belief is, and then you can tell me if I'm right or wrong in this. So we know that the order of Quran is not how it was sent. So
Mhm.
that is clear. So I think everyone,
या
all the Shias can agree with. However, can we say that the order of Surah has also been changed, or
the
not?
orders within surah.
Yes, so the order of
Oh
verses.
yeah,
So can we say?
absolutely. There are many evidence. Actually, if you read Sunni tafsirs, Omari tafsirs, on numerous occasions, their own mufassirin, they enunciate and they point out that what makes sense, these verses, to not to be in this order. There are many places in the Noble Quran. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that makes sense. And also we can also say that some of the verses has also been taken out. For example, in the books of tafsir, you mentioned that, for example, I think it was the ayah regarding the Eid al-Ghadir that says
Mhm.
fi Ali, and I've removed that. So we
So
can say
there,
also say
so there are uncountable number of narrations from both denominations that concur on this matter. That many content from the Noble Quran has been removed, and there is not a single narration, even if it may be weak, that nothing has been taken away from the Noble Quran. So now you judge yourself.
okay, that is clear, because it is amazing. So when you look at the book of Coffee, for example, the hadith you're
Mhm,
mentioning, you're mentioning
mhm.
obscure hadith from really books that we've never heard of. These hadiths
Yeah,
are very well known, and the
yeah.
number of Shia scholars, mainstream Shia scholars, who just come out and say, according to Shia Islam, the Quran is nothing been reduced from Quran, or the order hasn't been changed, is mind-boggling to me.
So there, the Shia scholars are of two kinds. One type, they know the truth, and they're afraid to enunciate it because they're intimidated by the Umaris. Because if they say so, then Umaris will be quick to denounce the Shia. Oh, Shia's belief in the distortion of the Noble Quran. So those are the learned scholars, and there are a bunch of scholars who don't know what they're talking about. So they just say, "Oh, Quran is full because Sistani has said so or Huya said so," and they've never seen the arguments of both sides. So there's a big number of Shia scholars today who, if you ask them in private, they will tell you that no, all these narrations, they cannot be false. There's so many narrations in Shia books and also in the books of the other denomination, which clearly state that content has been removed from the Noble Quran. So all of them cannot be false. Especially when the Holy Imam والسلام, takes an oath by Allah. By Allah, he swears that this verse was not this way. There were these words. There was an addition there. It has been taken out. So how could they be all wrong? That's very obvious. So there are a lot of Shia scholars who believe in that. But they are just, there's an official line, of course, maintained by Maraje and the government of Iran. And it's very difficult for Shia scholars to disagree on anything with the government of Iran because the Iranian government really controls Shia scholars on every issue. So on these questions, if somebody comes forward and he takes a position that is contrary to the official position of Khamenei and Khomeini and the Shia scholars hierarchy, it will be very difficult for him. He will have a hell of a price to pay.
That is very clear. Thank you very much for the explanation. Talking about the Maraji,
Yeah.
I'll just tell you little story, if that's okay.
And
So,
one thing here I would like to say is to my Urdu speaking brethren that their scholars are very brainwashed. So please do not trust your scholars. Most of your scholars, Urdu speaking scholars, they are not learned. They have no idea what they're talking about. And they go to these schools where they're brainwashed by the Iranian intelligence service. There are especially programs made for by the Iranians for Pakistani and Indian students, especially for them, which are very simplified, watered down versions of classical books, which they read 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and they don't really learn anything. So the only thing that the Iranians make sure that they can do is to promote the Iranian government's version of Islam and version of Tashayyu, and so they could go to the communities, whether in the West or in Pakistan or in India, and to promote Iranian agenda, Iranian objectives. So when I say that a lot of people, because I see Pakistanis and Indians, they trust their scholars. And their scholars are really, it's a tragedy. Urdu speaking scholars are very, very weak and they're brainwashed and they have a totally different version of Shiism in their heads that's very contrary to the version that the real Shiism by Ahl al-Bayt alayhim as-salam. Yes, brother, go ahead.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. I've had many conversations with my Shia brothers where I live, and people I've spoken to online. I would mention them and show them a hadith regarding a topic, and then what the answer is, well, Sistani has said this, therefore I'm just going to shut my mind and not listen to any what they've said. And I ask them this question: who is your Imam? Are you a Shia of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, or are you a Shia of Sistani, or whoever the marja might be? And one of the things that happened was that recently I went to Karbala for ziyarat, and I was talking to one of the scholars who were there. And then the topic of the fatwas came. And he told me this fatwa, which some of you might have heard, the audience, and I'm sure you have heard as well, regarding the artificial insemination of a woman. So he said that the logic used by Sayyid Sistani and some of the other Maraja is that if, let's say, a piece of my hair or a floor, if a lady touched hair or dead skin, that is she has not touched a no-mahram because it's an external thing. Therefore, they say that because that is allowed, if that instead of hair we have sperm, so if that sperm can go inside that lady, so this is a strange amount we're talking about, and that is also allowed. Hence, the fatwa of Sistani is that if a husband and wife come, let's say a third person, a man's sperm, and artificially the woman with that. Now, I just ask him this question. With every ounce of my body, I reject this because this does not feel like Islam. And you can twist it
That's a big
however you
shubha.
like.
You inseminate a woman, impregnate a woman with another man's semen other than her husband. Yeah. Okay.
But you can see the logic that they're using. This way, you can make everything in the world halal and everything in the world haram.
Yeah.
But because their idol have said it, it is halal. So.
Yeah. Okay, brother. May Allah bless you. Any other point?
I do have one more question, if that's okay. It's not very important. It's something. So recently, I tried to try to deduce various Islamic topics based on a hadith. So one hadith in the book of Tahawul Uqul regarding wearing rings is that I think it was a chapter on the hadith of Imam.
So look, when Imam alayhi salatu wasalam says you have to go to a newer hadith, there is no that interpretation that all the ahadith of the older imams, previous imams, they become mansukh by the newer hadith of Aimma alayhim salatu wasalam. That's a very unlikely interpretation. So it mostly means that if there's a group of people, Imam alayhi salatu wasalam gives them one command, right? And then he tells them that you should do something else now. So for such people, so the newer hadith, they have to follow. They have to follow the newer hadith. However, there is no such rule that the newer ahadith of the latter days Imams, the later generations of Imams alayhim salam, they abrogate and cancel the ahadith of the previous Imams alayhim salatu wassalam. So if Imam alayhi salam says there's the same person or same group of people, you have to do this and later do something else, yeah, of course. On that occasion, the newer hadith supersedes. But other than that, you have to go by the general, many ahadith that are that have come to us from Aimma alayhim salam with regard to solving contradiction and differences between ahadith. Now, when it comes to wearing rings, there are several ahadith. Wearing rings on the right hand, left hand, they're all the same. Okay? Both permissible.
I have one more question. I apologize for, I thought I didn't have any question. Regarding Khums in Tawqi Sharif by Imam Zaman alayhi salam, it says that the Khums has been made mubah.
Yeah.
Can you act on this hadith and
so there are several ahadith, not one hadith, several ahadith. Many ahadith. Actually, the ahadith that say that the Khums has been made mubah are more than the ahadith that, according to me, which I remember, there are more hadith that say Khums has been made mubah than those ahadith which say you have to pay Khums. So if somebody doesn't want to pay Khums based on these ahadith, I think he has a legitimate excuse. That's something that Imam alayhi salatu said. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. May Allah bless you.
Thank you for your help.
May Allah bless you. Thank you.